Welcome to Prompt Your Life. I'm Christoph Theodor. And today we are breaking down the critical intelligence and high stakes moves shaping this landscape.
In 2026, the digital risk environment operates in continuous high-speed execution, with data flows and attack surfaces expanding faster than human operators can track. This intersection identifies a primary macroeconomic paradox. Global cybercrime costs have reached $10.5 trillion annually, forcing enterprise security spending to a record $248 billion. Fortune 500 CIOs classify this as essential, non-discretionary infrastructure, effectively insulating these budgets from typical corporate IT cuts. Despite this massive capital deployment, legacy systems are failing. Fragmented architectures are proving unable to protect the very assets they were funded to secure. Digital resilience and market value now belong exclusively to organizations that execute unified platform consolidation and deploy autonomous agentic AI architectures. The message is clear. Participating in the digital defense economy is no longer enough. Survival requires a complete abandonment of legacy fragmentation in favor of unified architectures. While aggregate revenue in the sector grew 16.8% this year, that figure masks a severe financial bifurcation in the vendor market. This reveals extreme concentration, where the top 3 cybersecurity companies control 68% of the total market capitalization. For context, these same positions controlled only 38.9% in 2019. This velocity of consolidation is reshaping the entire sector. Market value is congregating around platform leaders like CrowdStrike that provide unified data layers. Other pure-play leaders like Palo Alto Networks are benefiting from the same shift toward consolidated architectures. Meanwhile, smaller, fragmented vendors face intense valuation compression as major ecosystem players apply immense bundling pressure. Microsoft's $37 billion security revenue footprint illustrates this pressure, as their ability to bundle security into enterprise agreements forces standalone vendors to prove exceptional value just to compete. The financial markets are sending a mandate to both providers and enterprises: consolidate and unify or lose viability. To understand why the market is forcing this consolidation, we must look at the financial destruction caused by prolonged threat exposure. This table tracks current baseline damages. While the global average breach cost is $4.44 million, the United States average has reached a record $10.22 million. Vulnerabilities are most acute in sectors where operational stakes and regulatory fines are highest. In healthcare, the average breach cost now sits at $12.6 million per incident. The primary driver of these costs is time. The average breach lifecycle spans 241 days, with 181 days for detection and 60 days for containment. Giving threat actors an 8-month window of unmitigated access inside a network guarantees maximum data exfiltration and extortion. Static defenses are increasingly bypassed by agentic phishing, a vector that has rapidly become dominant. Attackers now use autonomous AI that adapts in real time to user responses, a technique currently involved in over 42% of global breaches. Legacy human speed detection models are economically catastrophic because they are simply incapable of matching the velocity of these machine speed attacks. This speed gap necessitates an architectural shift from reactive AI copilots to proactive autonomous agentic SOCs. The legacy SOC on the left relies on manual workflows where alerts pile up. AI copilots that merely assist humans create a bottleneck, as responses are only as fast as the analyst. In contrast, the agentic SOC on the right independently ingests telemetry, analyzes risk context, and executes deterministic defense policies without human intervention, resolving threats instantly. This closed-loop resolution collapses a 241-day breach lifecycle from months of dwell time to mere minutes. The financial results are direct. Organizations using heavy AI automation and agentic architecture save an average of $1.9 to $2.22 million annually in breach costs. Because human-led detection cannot bridge the 181-day gap before damage occurs, transitioning to an agentic SOC is the only way to mathematically neutralize threats at the speed of the attack. These aggressive regulatory mandates and massive vendor consolidation, enterprises are being actively forced into unified platforms to finally mitigate their board-level liability. Translating this macroeconomic and technical data into action requires executive leadership to execute three distinct mandates. First, businesses must abandon fragmented point solutions in favor of a unified operational data layer. Consolidating identity and telemetry prevents vendor lock-in and provides the fast datasets required for AI efficacy. Second, capital allocation must prioritize agentic automation. Investing in autonomous containment is the only mathematical way to collapse the 241-day breach lifecycle. Third, governance, risk, and compliance strategies must be integrated holistically to address the overlapping resilience requirements of NIS2 and DORA simultaneously. Attempting to manage these regulations in isolation duplicates operational costs and guarantees systemic compliance failure. Successful strategic execution treats technical latency and regulatory overlap as a single, unified business objective. The 2026 cybersecurity landscape marks the end of reactive security postures. Superior market returns now belong exclusively to organizations embracing platform consolidation. The Agentic SOC is the only architecture capable of reasoning through telemetry and neutralizing machine-speed threats before financial damage occurs. Unified, autonomous architectures provide the visibility and reporting required to satisfy the aggressive mandates of global regulatory bodies. In the current environment, the sophistication of autonomous architecture dictates digital resilience more than the speed of human response. By executing the transition to an agentic SOC model, enterprises transform cyber risk from a critical corporate liability into a definitive strategic advantage.
Disclaimer: the content on this channel is for informational and entertainment purposes only. I am presenting my personal investments and strategies here as part of Prompt Your Life. This does not constitute investment advice, a recommendation to buy, or financial analysis. Investments in the capital market are associated with risks. Always act at your own risk and responsibility.